Welcome back to the Substitute Teacher Survival Guide. I'm your instructor, Eric Summers, and in this short lecture we will review the documents that you may need to present when going through the substitute teaching hiring process. Most of these documents are fairly common, so they should not be much of a worry to anyone. Whenever you apply for any job, you should have a resume. Your resume doesn't have to be incredibly fancy, it just needs to be clean, readable, and error-free. All of your pertinent information should be included on the document. This includes your name, contact information, why you're applying for the job, and any relevant work experience or useful skills you may have. If you do not have a resume, there are plenty of free templates online that you can download that will get you started. Just remember that the most important thing is that it be free from any sort of spelling or major grammar mistakes. All of the information should be truthful, of course. Since you're applying for a job that involves children, everything you do during the hiring process will be scrutinized more than if you were working for just about any other job. Any false information that you try to provide will be uncovered and you will be dismissed immediately. Cover letters are also nice to have, but may not be necessary. A cover letter is simply a less formal, shorter version of a resume that quickly outlines who you are and why you would be a good candidate for the job. Like your resume, the cover letter should be free from errors and contain only information relevant to the job at hand. You will also be asked for proof of identity. Usually this means providing two forms of government-issued ID, such as a driver's license and a social security card. Other documents that you may use include birth certificates, military identification cards, and valid passports. If you are not a U.S. citizen, then you will have to provide proof that you are eligible to work in the United States. Most school districts require that the substitute teachers they hire must have completed some college. In the districts I worked for, 60 credit hours was the minimum. In some districts it may be lower, and in others it may be a bit higher. If you have a bachelor's degree, some districts will pay you a little bit more per day. Therefore, you will have to provide a copy of your official college transcripts to get hired in most places. If you do not have a copy, you will have to order one from your college. The process of obtaining an official transcript usually takes a little under 2 weeks. In most cases, you will order the transcript from your college or an approved third party, and they will mail the documents directly to whoever is hiring you. There will most likely be some minor costs involved in this process. Finally, you will probably be asked to provide personal and professional references. Make sure that you know the names, phone numbers, and possibly the mailing addresses of 3 to 5 people who can vouch for your work habits and your character in general. While this is standard for almost all job applications, the difference here is that because of the nature of the job, your references are far more likely to be contacted than if you were applying to be a cook at a fast food restaurant. So make sure you put down the names of people who will give serious answers when they get called and asked about you. In this section, we cover the documents you may need to have on hand during the hiring process. You may also be asked to obtain a substitute teacher's permit, but the process for obtaining one is different in every state. If you are hired as a sub, the company or district that is hiring you will show you how to obtain one. In the next lecture, we will discuss the various types of background checks and screenings you may be asked to complete in order to get hired as a substitute teacher.